So hey world, welcome to my channel and welcome to 28 weeks later review. And I need to pick up my little notebook. I don't know what you call it, but yeah, wait. I literally pressed record and then I was like, I gotta get my notes. There's not a lot of it. I thought there was gonna be more, honestly, because there was a lot that happened in the first movie, like the 28 days later. So I thought there was gonna be more things happening on this one, but this one was kind of like more trying to escape where they were. I don't know. I guess the first one they were also escaping. It's weird. Um, but I just gotta say, and I just watched the trailer, the newest one for 28 years later, which I'm gonna be watching in the theater. And this has got to be the best, like zombie, like kind of infected style. Like the action. This is like actually the scariest. Cause the way I started the movie, there was like a jump scare right at the beginning, and I fucking screamed. When I tell you, I literally screamed. I was like, ah, it's crazy. Like the jump scares on this one are very crazy. And I think what makes it also scary is because sometimes you do got fast zombies, right? But this one is more like rabies. It's like rage. Like they're coming after you no matter what. So that in itself is scary. But then the way they shot the scenes and the way they make the infected look like and the way they make them so violent is just so fucking scary. I'm telling you, it's one of the best like type of infected like things. It's actually horror movie. Because a lot of them, then they do a lot of CGI zombies and a lot of things. And it's just not scary at all. So this one is just so crazy because you can actually see the people running. Like it's actually actors. Because also the makeup is not like that much elaborate. It's just like the red eyes and the blood. So I guess in a way it's a little bit kind of cheaper than doing a lot of zombies. But yeah, I don't get it. I don't get a lot of stuff though about the movie because there was no reference to the first one. First of all. Second, in the beginning they say that the zombies were like the infected like died. And first I was confused, but then I was like, if you think about it, the infected are people. They're not zombies because zombies are dead. Like they die and come back. The infected in this universe, they are people with the rabies virus, right? So technically they're not dead. So if they don't eat, if I don't eat for like a few days, I might die. So I guess that would be the same thing because they're still people. Especially if they infect everybody and then there's not anybody left for them to eat, then they're gonna die. But the way they made it, the way like the dates that they made, it was like too quick. They said like it was like the whole thing was like 5 months. And like in 5 months, all of the infected died. And then they cleaned like the whole country because it's like the whole of the UK or like England or whatever. But it wasn't for the rest of the world. It was just there. And then not only that, but then they brought people back to there without even having everything clean. Because I was like, okay, how are they gonna go through the whole country and get all of the bodies and clean everything? Like it's not gonna be clean. And also the virus spreads from like blood and saliva and everything. So not only do you have to clean up the bodies, but you have to clean all of the places that have blood. Because a lot of the kills, like the infected would like spit blood. They would like vomit blood and there would be blood everywhere and on top of the people. So like a lot of the houses are going to have blood. So you have to clean all of that up. You can't just put people back in there. And that's a whole country. It would take too long. And the way they were already bringing people to the city on the district one, I was like, is this Hunger Games? Without everything being clean, it was weird. It was just a disaster waiting to happen. I already knew. But yeah, also the movie starts with dawn, And he let everyone die. He did not help anybody. He did not help his own wife. And I was already, I literally put on my notes, Don is a cunt. He is. And then I guess I'll just do a quick recap of the movie because I have a lot of questions. Then we got, and then we have also a lot of famous people in this. We have Idris Elba. We have Jeremy Renner. Is that his name? Like the guy that plays Hawkeye. He looks so hard in this movie. I cannot. With the army clothes and everything, sir. And then we have the doctor, which her name is Scarlett, and she's also in a few movies that I know. The daughter, the blonde one, I know her from the Need for Speed movie. She's so pretty. And then who else? There was so many people that I knew in this movie. But yeah, basically, so they all died, minus the kids. The kids were the only ones that survived. And so the way they said it in the beginning when they were looking at the eye stuff is that Andy, the little kid, had the same gene or the same eye color or the same thing that his mother had. So he's immune, kind of, like his mother was immune. But they're only immune in the sense that they don't turn 100%, but they can still spread the virus. And that's how this all started. And this whole movie was just like it was just pissing me off because we started off with Don and he literally let his wife and the little kid and everybody at the house die. He just ran and just wanted to save himself. And then like he literally started the apocalypse again by kissing Alice, his wife. That's her name, Alice. And it was just the worst thing because he was like apologizing. Like, oh, I'm sorry that I let you when I just ran. I was just scared and I wanted to save myself. And the whole time she just restrained on the table. And I was like, I hate this. And I wanted her to infect him. I was like, spit on his face. Because if she, puts like fluids in him or like body fluids or whatever, she can turn him. And I was like, she better turn him and kill him. And then he kissed her. And I was like, ew. Like, it was so weird, first of all. Because, again, she was restrained to the table. So he was, like, kissing her. And there was nothing she could do, first of all. Second, then he actually turns. And I'm like, yes, he's dying. But then he killed her again. And I was like, I can't with this. I can't. Because the way I thought was, she's going to, like, infect him. She's going to spit on his face, get blood on him, something. And he's going to turn. But I thought she was going to be safe because she was kind of immune. She couldn't turn, but she was infected. She could still spread the virus, but she wouldn't turn. But she was infected. And so I thought if he would turn, then he wasn't going to kill her because when he got infected, I thought he was going to like sense that she was also infected and he was not going to attack her. I thought she was going to be safe. But no, he still killed her anyway. And I'm like, you left her to die one time. And now you actually come back. You think you have the right to apologize. You kiss her while she's restrained. And then you actually kill her again. And the way it was so violent, girl, that whole scene was just so crazy. Like, and the way he made it through the whole movie. I was like, oh my God. Don has to be the worst character ever. Shut up, what? Oh. Anyway, it was crazy. But yeah, then the doctor wanted to save the kids because they might have the immunity, so they have to be studied, whatever. And then throughout the whole movie, they just all died, basically. I kind of already knew. And then the kids survive, I guess. But that's the thing. The little kid is infected now. And again, he's not going to turn like the mother, but he can still spread the virus. Right? But they got on the helicopter and they left. That's how it kind of ends. But then the zombies the infected, like the last scene in the movie is them in France. And I was like, how do they go from the UK to France? I think there's like an underwater tunnel or something. But I don't remember if you can go on foot. Maybe. But you mean to tell me that they ran all the way to France and nobody stopped them? Like, they bombed the city, first of all. And I love, it's like the first movie. The explosions and the fire and the thing. It's so well done. Like, I love what? That whole scene of like the whole city getting burned. It was crazy. But that's my thing. How do they run all the way to France? It's crazy. What? And none of them stopped them. Because they knew a lot of the zombies survived. Because the guy was on the helicopter and he was like, a lot of them like still escaped. But they just didn't kill them. I don't get it. Like, where's the rest of the army? Where's the rest of the people? Because they were showing like the Idris character. And he was like in the command center or whatever. But they saw that the zombies escaped, but that they didn't go after them and kill the rest. They just let them. And then they ran all the way to France. It's crazy. But that's the thing. Again, because they are people, they still have some intelligence because Don literally pursued them the whole movie. He was literally after the kid. And I was like, so you already killed your wife like twice, kind of. And he was after them the whole movie. I was like, ugh. I just know it's gonna get to the end and he's gonna kill everybody, and that's what happened, basically. Not only that, but he also infected the kid. Oh Lord, I swear. But yeah, how do they get all the way to France? First of all, because supposedly the rest of the world is still fine, so they just let him get to France. First of all. Second, who's going to study the immunity? If they got to France, now they're going to get to the rest of the world, probably, no? Unless they continued again in France. And then also, because the infected did die, they said in the beginning of the movie, like, the whole thing was like 5 months. Even if they do get to France now and they infect a lot of people, they're still going to die. Right? Because again, they're just people that are infected. So they're going to die anyway. So this is not like a sustainable apocalypse. And that's why I was confused watching the 28 years later trailer. Because this is not as sustainable. Again, they are not zombies. They don't die. Or I mean, they didn't die and came back. They're still alive. They're people. So they're going to die of starvation. So this is not like a sustainable apocalypse that can last like too long, especially not 28 years. Because the infected themselves are people, so they're just going to starve to death. They just die. But unless, you always have survivors. So there's going to be survivors here and there. You just need that one little thing for them to get infected. And then they're going to infect more people. And then I guess throughout the years, that is like a continuous thing. You just need that one little thing to get infected. And then you're going to infect the whole community. I guess. But 28 years is crazy because if from the first movie to the second, they were able to like stop the apocalypse by just letting the infected starve to death and just like contain it in that whole country. How on earth would the apocalypse last 28 years? I don't get it. So there's still, but again, what I said in the trailer reaction was the trailer was still, or the movie was still set in England, right? So it's still not like the rest of the world. It's still just in England. So they got to France. So maybe they can contain it in France or whatever. But the 28 years later is still going to be in England. Like where it all started. So maybe the apocalypse is still just there. I don't get it. Because they don't answer questions. And they're probably not even going to mention or like reference the 2 other movies. They're just going to do this movie like a standalone. And I don't get it. Oh, bitch, what? But yeah, that's it. That's the movie. Oh, also, when Don had the key card and he said he had access to everything, I thought he had access to everything on the building, like, you know, like all the rooms, the cleaning supplies, like the food. He actually had, they actually gave him access to the labs and to all of the doors, because that's how he was able to go see Alice, and how everything started was because he used the key card. They really just gave a random person access to all of the labs and everything. That's how it all started. I was so confused. But yeah, again, they have intelligence, and he was pursuing Andy on purpose. So he knew, because I was like, he's trapped in the thing, but he probably knew to use the key card, because it's still people in there, so they're like smart still. It's crazy. That, again, that's even scarier, because it's like normal people, but like with rabies, but they still kind of know who you are. Like, he was after his own family, but you know, Don is a psychopath, so but yeah, they shouldn't make sure. But I mean, I guess you wouldn't have a movie if they actually made sure that all of the virus was like gone. You wouldn't have a movie. But you could still have a movie and not be this dumb. You know what I mean? Like, that was just the craziest thing. But anyway, I have a lot of questions. I'm still confused about a lot of things. But I can't go in with the expectation that they're going to answer those questions in the new movie. Because I just think they're going to do like a new thing and not answer any questions or reference the older movies. And I'm confused. Like, why is it like a continuation? Why is it the same universe if you're not going to connect things? What's the purpose then? But I guess. But anyway, I love the movie, but I hate the movie. I hate the movie because of Don. Like, that motherfucker. Did this really all happen because of him? Ugh. But I love the movie. It's true horror, which I love, and it's not something that exists anymore. And seeing the trailer for the new one, it really gives me hope that's gonna come back, because I got scared in the trailer twice, and it's just the trailer. So I'm really hoping they bring that horror element that not a lot of zombie movies have, or like Infected, Apocalypse, whatever. That's one of the things I really love. I really do. But in terms of the characters, I like the first movie better. And a lot of them like survived, right? You had like Jim, Selena. Who else was there? Let me see. Was it Hannah? Yeah. And this movie was more of just protecting the kids because of the immunity. But I wish Doyle had made it. I love Doyle. But it's literally like the first movie, because in the first movie there was also a character. I think it was Frank. Was it Frank? He was also like one of the army guys, and I liked them, and he literally like died in the beginning, and I was like, oh. He also had like the equipment, I think, and he was hot. I think he was dating Selena, right? Yeah. So I don't really know if he was from the army, but he was like really hot, kind of similar to Doyle, and they both died. What a shame. But yeah, I will be watching the new movie. It comes out in like 2 or 3 weeks. So it's not long now. And I will be doing a review. So we'll see if they answer any questions or not. But I really love this universe. I wish it was more connected. But I guess we'll see. But yeah, let me know what you thought of the movie. If you saw it, if you like it, if you don't. Who's your favorite character? Let me know everything. If you're excited for the new one, let me know everything. And yeah, I guess I'll see y'all for the review of 28 Years Later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.